Looks like the lineup is set. Caution lights will go out. Bombinata Group pace truck will pull into the infield and will go green at the chalk stripe in turn 4 the next time by. 26 Joey Saldana, 83 Corey Eliason in row 1. 1 S Logan Shewhart, 18 Ian Madsen in row 2. 5T Travis Philo, 91 Cale Thomas in row 3. 97 Brock Martin, 71 H Ryan row 1. 7K Cale Connolly. Jumps into the early lead. Corey Eliason running in the second spot. Ian Madsen way up top in 1 and 2, trying to get a run on the third and final transfer spot. Currently held by the 1S of Logan Shewhart. Madsen trips up the racetrack, opens up the inside for the 97 of Brock Martin. Martin and Madsen side by side for fourth, given to Brock Martin into turn 1. New leader down the back straightaway. Corey Eliason in the 83. Joey Saldana running second. Low line at the moment, the fast way around the Attica Raceway Park as Travis Philo gets by Ian Madsen and takes over position number 5. Lap number 3 of 10 about to go in the books. Corey Eliason extending his advantage to 3/4 of a second over Joey Saldana. Logan Shewhart still holding that third and final transfer spot with Brock Martin behind him. Seeing lap times in the low 13-second range here in heat race number 1. Cross flags, halfway, 5 in the books, 5 to go. Leader is Corey Eliason. Joey Saldana runs second. Logan Shewhart in third. Brock Martin is fourth. Travis Philo's off the pace. He had been running fifth. Philo's slowing on the outside of corner number 2. Takes the car over the edge of the banking. Ian Madsen off the pace as well. Madsen slowing on the inside of turns 3 and 4. Madsen now back on the throttle. 3 laps to go. Corey Eliason lead now nearly 1.5 seconds over Joey Saldana. Logan Shewhart still 8 car lengths clear of Brock Martin for the third and final transfer position. Visalia, California's Corey Eliason sees the white flag. 1 lap away from the spot in the Cali's Performance Dash here tonight at Attica Raceway Park. Takes the car down the backstretch and into turn 3 for the final time. It'll be Corey Eliason getting the win. Second will go to Joey Saldana, and Logan Shewhart comes up third. Going green at the stripe in turn 4. 57 Kyle Larson, 1A Jacob Allen in row 1. 24 Rico Abreu, 8M TJ Michael in row 2. 22 Cole Duncan, 11K Craig Kinzer in row 3. 68 G Tyler Gunn, 49 J Josh Schneiderman in row 4. Again, the top 3 move into the main event. The top 2 go to the first of the 2 dashes, brought to you by Cali's Performance for dash number 1. Green flag waving. Into turn 1, Kyle Larson leading and Rico Abreu in second, side by side for third, but the caution flag waves. 57, Kyle Larson jumping the start. He'll be penalized. That will move the number 1A of Jacob Allen to the pole. The 24 of Rico Abreu to the outside of row number 1. Kyle Larson now to the inside of row 2. So Larson on the throttle early. We'll try the start again, this time with Rico Abreu and Jacob Allen in the front row. Green flag waves. Into turn 1, Rico Abreu on the point. Jacob Allen in second. Kyle Larson in the third and final transfer spot, side by side for fourth. Cole Duncan took a peek to the inside of TJ Michael. Michael holds the spot, at least for the moment. Another run by Cole Duncan down the front straightaway. Duncan trips up the racetrack in 1 and 2 to the inside. Tyler Gunn in the 68G. Gunn and Duncan side by side. Give it. Tyler Gunn in the corners 3 and 4. Rico Abreu, Jacob Allen 1 and 2. Kyle Larson in that third and final transfer position. Working on lap 3 of 10. Allen separated by 64/100ths of a second at the completion of the third circuit. Kyle Larson up over the cushion in turn 4, gathers it back in. Larson in a transfer spot, but trying to catch up with Jacob Allen and maybe gain a position in the Cowboys Performance Dash. Just past the halfway point, 6 in the books, 4 to go in the second DKW Transport Heat Race. Rico Abreu leading it. Jacob Allen running second. In third, it's Kyle Larson. TJ Michael runs in fourth. Tyler Gunn is fifth. Cole Duncan in sixth. Craig Kinzer running seventh, and Josh Schneiderman in eighth. This time, 4 wheels over the cushion in 1 and 2 by Kyle Larson. Larson looking to gain ground on Jacob Allen. He cuts down to the bottom of the speedway in 3 and 4. White flag in the air, 1 circuit remaining. Larson again, 4 wheels up over the cushion in 1 and 2. Has to gather it back in. Into the final turn, Rico Abreu out of the fourth turn and down to the 10th side. As a heat race winner, Jacob Allen in second and Kyle Larson third. Once again, drivers assemble in rows of 2 behind the Bauman Auto Group pace truck. That pace vehicle will exit on the backstretch. We look for the green flag the next time the stripe in turn 4. 3G Carson Macedo and the 9 of Darren Pittman from the front row. 81 Lee Jacobs and 4H Cap Henry in row 2. 11 in Craig Vincent, 9R Jordan Ryan in row 3. 41S Dominic Selzy and 49D Sean Dancer in row number 4. 3 more into the main event, 2 more to the Cowboys Performance Dash. Green flag waving. Side by side into turn 1. Carson Macedo digs down to the bottom of the racetrack. Darren Pittman in the middle of the speedway. Pittman's got the lead at the midpoint of the back straightaway. Goes down low to shut the door into turn number 3. Carson Macedo trips up the racetrack. Great battle for the final transfer spot. Cap Henry and Lee Jacobs going at it. They'll go side by side into turn 1. Henry trips up the speedway. To the inside of the racetrack comes Dominic Selzy. Selzy from the last row, now into fourth and looking for a transfer position. Cap Henry right back to the outside of Selzy out of turn 4, and Cap Henry makes the move. Cap Henry working well on the high side of the speedway, now coming after the 81 of Lee Jacobs. Battle is for the transfer spot into turn 3. Jacobs on the bottom. Cap Henry sideways on the cushion, gathers it back in. A rough ride through 3 and 4, but Cap Henry still right in the thick of the transfer battle. Dominic Selzy making that a 3-car race down the back straightaway. Henry all over the 81 into turn number 3. Your race leader continues to be Darren Pittman as we approach the halfway point, but here's Cap Henry with another run down the back straightaway, looking for the third spot, dives to the inside. He takes it at least momentarily. Jacobs back to the inside. Lee Jacobs third as they cross the line. Cap Henry and Lee Jacobs racing for a spot in the main event. Big wheel stand by Jacobs, and that allows Henry to slide by. Cap Henry keeps advantage of the wheelie pulled by Lee Jacobs. Henry puts the number 4 gauge into the final transfer position. We've got less than 4 laps remaining here in DKW Transport Heat Race number 3. Darren Pittman leading it by 1 second over Carson Macedo. Cap Henry in third, but Lee Jacobs trying to come back after him in that number 81 machine, the Lewis Motorsports entry. Dominic Selzy will now try the top side in turns 1 and 2. Doesn't gain much ground on the 81 of Lee Jacobs. Doesn't lose much to the 9R of Jordan Ryan. Carson Macedo cutting into Darren Pittman's lead just slightly. It's shrunk to under 1 second. White flag in the air. Pittman and Macedo both enter turn 1 low. Pittman takes the number 9 down the backstretch for the final time. Darren Pittman into the Catalyst Performance Station win. Transport Heat Race number 3. Carson Macedo second. Cap Henry third. Set to go green at the stripe in turn 4 the next time for DKW Transport Heat Race number 449. X Tim Schaefer at 2. Shane Stewart in row 1. The 5 of David Gravel, the 71 of Giovanni Selzy in row 2. 5M Max Stambaugh. 5R Byron Reed in row 3. The 16 of Chris Andrews. The 7S of Jason Sides. And the 20I of Kelsey Ivy. Tim Schaefer and Shane Stewart with a very slow pace to the green flag. Action underway. Schaefer on the top, Shane Stewart in the middle. Stewart rockets to the top spot, down the back straightaway. Schaefer right there behind him. David Gravel in third, challenged by Gio Selzy. Lap 1 in the books with Shane Stewart leading it. David Gravel jumps up at the top of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Can't do anything with the 49 exit Tim Schaefer there. He'll follow Schaefer on the low side in turn 3. Gravel drifts up the racetrack. Dominates make that. Gio Selzy not close enough to capitalize. Gio now tries the cushion in 1 and 2. Gio Selzy with a run on David Gravel down the backstretch. Transfer spot up for grabs now. Selzy can't hold the low line. David Gravel can this time. Selzy a little crossed up out of turn 4. Gravel pulls away by 4 car lengths. Gio humps right up to the top of the speedway once again. Good battle for the 5th position. On the outside of the speedway, Max Stambaugh driving by Jason Sides to take that spot. Gio Selzy hanging right with David Gravel in the battle for the final transfer spot. Will be halfway this time by Selzy's got a run down the back straightaway. Gio Selzy dives low into turn 3. David Gravel on the cushion, halfway home in the transfer spot, side by side. Gravel holds on Selzy as they cross under the line. Gio Selzy working well around the top in 1 and 2. David Gravel still fending off the challenge for the transfer spot. Selzy dives low in 3 and 4. Can't hold that low line. What a 3-car battle behind them between Max Stambaugh, Jason Sides, and Chris Andrews. Stambaugh has the 5th spot with Sides in 6th and Andrews running 7th. 3 laps to go for the Ineos Oil number 2. Shane Stewart leading it by 0.8 of a second over the Steel City Outlaw Tim Schaefer. A little bit of a wheel stand there by Chris Andrews out of turn 2. He'll gather that back in. Giovanni Selzy running out of time if he hopes to steal the final transfer spot away from David Gravel. Still great racing for 5th between Max Stambaugh and Chris Andrews. Andrews nearly gets into the back of the Stambaugh down the back straightaway. Leader sees the white flag. Slide job by Chris Andrews to take the spot away from Max Stambaugh. Wheel stand by David Gravel out of turn 2. Selzy's got a chance into 3 and 4. Checker flag in the air. Shane Stewart wins it. Tim Schaefer second, and David Gravel holds on for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Lineup looks good for DKW Transport Heat Race number 5. 87 Aaron Reitzel and 49 Brad Sweet in row 1. 10H Chad Kavanaugh, 17 Sheldon Hodenshield in row 2. 4 Parker Price Miller, 23 DJ Foose in row 3. 97 W Mitch Wormel and Nazi Twins of Blocky in row 4. We are green. Aaron Reitzel with the race lead. Trouble contact there between Sheldon Hodenshield and Brad Sweet. Hodenshield spins to a stop, and the caution flag will wave. It was a battle for a transfer spot. Lineup has been shuffled. Aaron Reitzel and Brad Sweet in row 1 now with Chad Kavanaugh and Parker Price Miller in row 2. And DJ Foose, Mitch Wormel, Dwayne Zablocki, and Sheldon Hodenshield. Green. Into turn 1, Brad Sweet on the cushion. In the middle of the racetrack, Aaron Reitzel down low, Chad Kavanaugh side by side for the lead. Sweet on the high side. Down low, Aaron Reitzel slides right up in front of the Napa number 49 to hang on to the top spot. Kavanaugh now takes a peek to the inside in turns 1 and 2. DJ Foose way up on the cushion in turns 1 and 2. He'll gather it back in. Meanwhile, from the rear of the field, Sheldon battling for 4th, side by side with Parker Price Miller. Sheldon Hodenshield needs to get by the Mondac Portables number 4 and then hope for a caution if he wants to transfer into the main event here. Chad Kavanaugh pulling away just a bit here. Sheldon the big time slide job into 3 and 4. Parker Price Miller turns it back underneath him. Sheldon Hodenshield from last back up for 4th. Can he track down the multi-time All-Star champion in the battle for a transfer position? Aaron Reitzel, 4 laps down and 6 to go. He leads it by 1.09 seconds over the 49 of Brad Sweet. Chad Kavanaugh rips the cushion in 1 and 2, running 3rd. And now Parker Price Miller coming back at Sheldon Hodenshield in the battle for the 4th spot. Rolled on the cushion by Kavanaugh. Here's PP up to the outside of Hodenshield. race into turn one. Both drivers go to the high side in that corner. Sheldon Hodenshield maintains a 4-car length advantage over Parker Price Miller, racing for fourth. But as they battle, and Sheldon hops the cushion in turn number 3, Parker Price Miller slides him. Sheldon turns it back underneath him. Meanwhile, Chad Kavanaugh getting away from that duo in the race for the transfer spot. 7 laps remaining in DKW Transport Heat Race number 5 this time. It's all Aaron Reitzel out in front by nearly 2 seconds. Brad Sweet second, Chad Kavanaugh third, Sheldon Hodenshield fourth, Parker Price Miller in fifth, DJ Blue sixth, and Dwayne Zablocki and Mitch Warble. Chad Kavanaugh closing in on the big cat Brad Sweet now. Chad Kavanaugh would love to be a part of the Seatmates Priority Aviation Dash. Kavanaugh trying to get a run down the back straightaway. Cushion is rough, it's tricky, but it's fast at Attica Raceway Park. White flag display. Aaron Reitzel cruising down the backstretch into corner number 3. Reitzel out of turn 4 to the checkered flag. He'll win the 15th race. Second will go to Brad Sweet, and Chad Kavanaugh comes home in third. Group pace chart pulls to the infield. 15 Doty Shots, 19 Brent Marks in row 1, 21 Dale Blaney, W20 Greg Wilson in row 2, 57 X Andrew Palker, 35 Stuart Brubaker, 19 P Paige Poliak, AJ Jess Steiner as we go to green. 3 wide for the second spot. Give it to Brent Marks, and now Greg Wilson to the inside of Dale Blaney for the third and final transfer spot. Blaney drifts up the racetrack, hits the cushion, gathers it back in. Greg Wilson now to the inside of Brent Marks, racing for second and a spot in the Priority Aviation Dash. Marks fends off that charge. Wilson again strong on the low side of the speedway. Donnie Shots leading at Brent Marks in second, Greg Wilson in third, Dale Blaney fourth, Andrew Palker in fifth, Stuart Brubaker running in the 6th spot. Donnie Shots smooth just below the cushion with the right rear tire. Andrew Palker closing in on Dale Blaney. That's a battle for the 4th spot. Blaney on the top in 1 and 2. Palker runs the bottom. Palker slides up in front and takes the spot away. Dale Blaney now back. Battle with the 57X of Andrew Palker. Looked like he was going to try the inside of the speedway. Instead, ducked up to the cushion. Can't get by Palker there. Halfway, 5 down and 5 to go. Donnie Shots leading at Brent Marks in second. Greg Wilson in third. Andrew Palker in fourth with Dale Blaney right behind him in fifth. And Stuart Brubaker 6th. Paige Poliak 7th. And Jess Steiger in 8th. Now the 19. Brent Marks car over the edge of the bank. 2 cars in turns 1 and 2. 21 Dale Blaney, one of them. Looks like 19P Paige Poliak headed down the horse track on the backstretch, taking that machine back to the pit area. In the books, 5 to go in heat race number 6. Great restart by Andrew Palker, takes the transfer spot away from Greg Wilson and comes after Brent Marks for the 2nd position. 3-car battle for 4th down the backstretch. Dale Blaney and Stuart Brubaker part of that action. Palker to the inside, can't get by Brent Marks. He'll run the low side of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Brent Marks goes to the cushion, puts a little bit of distance between himself and Palker into turn number 3. Andrew Palker trying to take a spot away from Brent Marks and move that 57X machine into the Priority Aviation Dash. Palker digs low in 1 and 2, but Marks is really strong on the cushion at that end of Attica Raceway Park. Greg Wilson running in the 4th spot, Dale Blaney in 5th with 2 laps to go. Brent Marks now gaining a little bit of ground on race leader Donnie Shots. Shots again with the right rear just below the cushion in turns 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Donnie Shots, Brent Marks, Andrew Palker, 1, 2, and 3 back straight away for the final time. Donnie Shots will win the final heat race of the evening, and Andrew Palker spins in turn 4. That moves Greg Wilson